What's up, guys? I know I haven't done a Splatoon video in a very long time. I want to get back to them. I still love Splatoon. Splatoon is a great game. But we just got a report from the Squid Research Lab. And for a while, the Splatoon community, we've all been, like, oh man, we're not getting third kits. Everybody has a second kit. We're not getting a new update anytime soon. Like, we all thought updates were stopping after, I think, last year's Sizzle season, which is like the summer season of Splatoon 3. We all thought that's when updates were stopping. But we just got this report from the Squid Research Lab today. So we're just going to jump right in to the Squid Research Lab report. I don't know why the scroll bar's at the bottom there, but that's okay. Nintendo presents the Spiralight Islands, huh? Deep cut? Is that the rumor we're chasing this time? What? Yep, according to that map in the basement. Didn't you read the article, Fry? Oh, there they are. Is this like another single player mode? What's that odd glow? What is happening? A Splatoon spin-off? Wait. Playable Shiver Fry and Big Man? What? Or maybe is this just another single player Splatoon experience? Splatoon Raiders? What?
Incoming report from the Squid Research Lab.
What?
Without further ado, we're excited to share our...
Honestly, I suspect this is going to change a lot by the time it gets released. Oh, and Splatoon 3 info? Wait, are we getting third kits? We're getting third kits? Is this for every weapon? Oh my goodness. Oh. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Nintendo. Oh, thank you. Let's go, dude.
Well, an update to the Splatoon 3 game is also coming down the
That's
middle
so
way.
crazy.
The Splatlands collection, which features new weapons from the Barazushi and Embers brands, is on its way. They're based on previous weapons, but have fresh new looks and, of course, different sub-weapons and specials. We've identified 30 in total, and hope you'll try them out for yourself.
Yeah, dude. 30, I think that's every weapon.
In addition, weapons freshness caps will be raised. And you can earn new
What?
game badges.
What? 10 star?
Plus, Series Weapon Power, a new stat to dive into, is being added to Anarchy Battle Series. This will track your effectiveness per weapon based on your win-loss ratio in battles.
Facts?
It will also be used in matchmaking to pit you against other players with similar stats.
Facts?
Follow the Squid Research Lab for our latest findings. Plus...
What? There's more? Wait! Urchin Underpass?
Don't call it a comeback. Okay, you can. Urchin Underpass from the original Splatoon.
Let's
game.
go, dude!
Comes to the rotation
What?
For some fresh splatting on classic turf.
Oh my goodness.
Lastly, but not leastly, for Nintendo Switch 2 players. You'll notice more detailed visuals, and the game will appear smoother in certain locations, such as the square in Splatsville and the Grand Festival grounds.
Okay, so just improve frame rate when you're playing on Switch 2.
No need to fear. Nintendo Switch players and Nintendo Switch 2 players will still be able to splat together.
Well, I would hope so. It'd be stupid to not have that.
This free update for Splatoon 3 is scheduled to release June 12th. Stay tuned for further updates.
Guys, that's literally in 2 days. We may have to be playing Splatoon on June 12th, guys. So June 12th is going to be a Splatoon day. Oh, that's it. It just ends. Okay. That's crazy. Splatoon spin-off game. We're getting third kits. Urgent Underpasses coming back. We're just going to go back, and I'm just going to try, like, as much as possible, just analyze. We're trying to look for all the little details here. Nothing too much here. Looks like there's nothing too... I mean, there's like some sort of package on the top of the helicopter dashboard. Let's see. We get a nice good shot of Deep Cut here. Looks like I got a map underneath. I think that's what Big Man pointed out in the trailer earlier. They're packing some gear, so I guess, you know, just a lot of extra supplies and gear. I'm not seeing any little details immediately. Can't really make out what the shapes these pillars are, but they vaguely look like bells or octopi. So I'm not entirely sure what they can mean. I mean, this is obviously a very, at least this shot, it's like very staticky, very, just has a lot of visual effects on it, so it's hard to make out exactly what these are. Here we go at this next shot. Okay, here's a more clear shot of them. I still can't really tell what it is, but it's like these bell shapes on the top with like arms sticking out from the side. Yeah, these aren't really like shaped particularly like octolings or octarians, but they're also not shaped like Big Man either. Somewhere in between. I wonder if they're just like, it's just this island's kind of just like theme or whatever. Down here is Sheldon's kids. I forgot their names, but they're down here. I cannot read any of this. I will, if at all possible, in post-production. I will editor bag if you would like to translate this, if at all possible. How about it? Hey, post bag here. I guess since I was told to decipher this stuff, I'll go back a couple frames here so you guys can see what I'm looking at in the full view without Big Man's fin in the way here. The big red text is most likely just gibberish. If it is supposed to mimic a word, I can't really tell what it is. So I'm just pretty confident big red text is just gibberish, just to mimic the fact that it is a news title. Along with the red title being gibberish, I think most of the magazine is gibberish as well. I think the text is just there to mimic the fact that there are news articles and it's not particularly anything that we're supposed to read or decipher. Taking a look at the map on the left, I believe this text, it's the runic script in the Splatoon universe. I believe this is supposed to be read up and down like traditional ancient Chinese and Japanese texts. So the island that is circled in red, the characters there read out to be JPM and then N or V. Just gibberish. I mean, unless it's supposed to stand for something in universe. And then the big text that we can see right over here, this translates to DAS. Not really sure what that means. Again, I think most of this is just gibberish, unfortunately. I think the Squid research assistant said that, like, we're a researcher in this game. So just a lot of, like, different equipment on the back of the player character's equipment. And then this is very clearly a new hairstyle, so I'm sure we're getting these more, like, mismanaged, not well-kept hairstyles for the player character. I also love the makeshift splatter shot with, like, the water bottle that's tied through the nozzle of the gun. Very fun. Alright, it looks like in the background of this shot, we can see one of those, like, statues again earlier. There's something in the way back over here in the top left corner. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I can't really, like, it's so blurry. You can barely tell what that is. We're getting a couple shots here of this machine. I think this is definitely going to be, like, our assistant thing. We see it right here walking with the player character. So I don't know what the purpose of this machine is. I'm going to assume it's to collect data, collect research on the Spiralite Islands, something of the sort. Another one of those, like, pillars is up here in the back. Again, don't really know what they are, what they're supposed to be. This shot right here looks like this is a part of a cutscene when you start the game. Yeah, very just like swamp vibes from this main area. I got this big tree in the background. It looks like that could just be one of the islands that we go visit as a part of the campaign. These weird flowers could be for research, could not be. They could just be there for purely decorative purposes and the theming of the island. But I wouldn't be surprised if we have to collect these to figure out more about the Spiralite Islands. All right, and that's it for the Splatoon Raiders trailer. That looks pretty fun. That actually looks so much fun. I cannot wait to play that. That's going to be so awesome. Now let's get into the... Here comes the long part of the video where we analyze the kits. We do know that it's Barazushi and Embers are the two brands. We're not going to be able to tell anything from here because this is literally just showing off the weapons. Oh, yikes. Okay, the new Dapples. Look at that subline, okay? This character is upside down right now. But yikes. This is like a 70% sub. Yeah, so those 70% subs are going to be Splat Bomb, Suction Bomb, or Curling Bomb. And yes, I think I'm correct that these are in fact the Dapple Doolies. So the Dapple Doolies already have Squid Beacon and Torpedo, so it really can be any of these three. We're going to keep looking through the trailer to see if there are any other shots of the Dapple Doolies later, so we can see if any of those line up. All right, so Paintbrush, very clearly we can see this is a 60% sub, which is either going to be Ink Mine, Toxic Mist, Splash Wall, Sprinkler, or Fizzy Bomb. Now, Paintbrush already has Curling Bomb and Point Sensor in its two kits, so I think what Paintbrush users would want to see would be Fizzy Bomb here, because that's easily it's the best for movement, really. It's quick and easy throw, and it just allows you to just have really good movement. So that's obviously best case scenario, but the amount of times I feel like Nintendo has thrown Ink Mine on brushes and rollers is way too many to count. All right, this is a shot at H3. We cannot see the ink line for that one, but here the new Tentobrella, boom, right here, our red line, that's going to be a 55%, which means that this new Tentobrella has Auto Bomb. Tentobrella in this game already has Ink Mine and Squid Beacon, respectively, on its two kits. I think I sent this in backwards order, but that's okay. But yeah, Auto Bomb is just a really good bomb in general. It's not really good, but it gets the job done. It works very well. It's great for denying space from opponents just because it forces them away because it can track. So Auto Bomb and Tentobrella I think is really good, the way that Tentobrella likes to play more often than not. Got a couple more shots of weapons here. We have the new Splat Charger. I want to say this is also 60%. This is the line, but the lines on this Charger's ink tank go all the way across, really, so I can't tell easily, but I'm going to guess this is 60, which again means Ink Mine, Toxic Mist, Splash Wall, Sprinkler, or Fizzy Bomb. Let's see. The Ember's Heavy Splatling. I can't see the ink tank on that. The Splatter Shot. All right, this is the Ember's Splatter Shot, and I think this is 45%. I'm pretty confident this red line right here is a 45% sub, which is Point Sensor or Burst Bomb. Burst Bomb on Splatter Shot would be absolutely insane. Nobody wants Point Sensor. Point Sensor, I feel like, Point Sensor doesn't work just like in terms of pacing. It's a utility sub, but it's not that great of a utility sub, so Burst Bomb would be really good for Splatter Shot, especially depending on what special it gets. Burst Bomb just combos really well with a lot of other weapons, so really excited to see if Splatter Shot gets Burst Bomb here. The new Tri-Stringer, I can't see the ink tank on that here. We got a good shot of the, what is this? This looks like Big Swig Roller. This is a 65% sub easily. That means it is Torpedo. Torpedo's only 65% sub in the game, so Big Swig with Torpedo actually could be very interesting, especially with that Big Swig likes to play, and its two current kicks are very mediocre with Splash Wall and Angle Shooter. Those are not really great subs, especially for the type of roller that Big Swig is. So Torpedo, I think, will definitely just help its utility a lot more. Here, I can see the Heavy Splatling over here. This looks to be... I can't tell too well what this could be. I know it's not a 55% sub because Hydra Splatling's default kit has Auto Bomb on it, and Auto Bomb is the 55% sub. This could be 60, but I'm not really sure. It's really hard to tell. just because of how far away the shot is. There might be another shot where I can see this a little bit clearer. That could be 45, possibly, which is point sensor burst bomb. It doesn't have either of those on its two kits, so that burst bomb especially. Actually, I think both of them would be good on Hydra Splatling, especially because it's an anchor weapon. You can play it with point sensor to be that utility backline support. Yeah, I don't think there wasn't a whole lot there. I think they intentionally didn't show any special weapons being used with weapons. I think that's very intentional, so we'll just have to wait in 2 days to see what the kits are. I mean, because the update comes out in 2 days, like, they don't need to show off everything. Like, we don't have to overanalyze this. I'm just taking a peek, just trying to speculate and try and get some ideas of what it could be. But yeah, that's, I think, just the bulk of the update trailer. Yeah, the freshness cap is cool, and then you get new badges like the blue gradient.
New in-game badges.
Very cool. Just even more reason to grind your favorite weapon. I mean, I haven't touched Splatoon in a hot minute. I have a couple weapons at 4-star. I don't even have a single 5-star weapon. So there's that. So 10-star is going to be quite a while before I think anybody hits that, unless they just spend all their time playing Splatoon. The series weapon power, I don't think is going to be too crazy of a change. I mean, I think that'll just help with matchmaking, specifically if you're struggling with like a specific weapon. I think that's really good. Just get a better idea of how well you play with a specific weapon instead of just like a generic series power. Because I know, at least for me personally, I've definitely hovered around like the 1900 range, just generally across all the different weapons that I play. But I think this will just help identify, oh, I'm not playing too hot with this weapon. Maybe I should try something different, kind of a thing. Or maybe just learn how to play the weapon better, I guess. So we do get a couple shots of Urchin Underpass here with the squids playing on it. So maybe we can get a couple more shots of the new weapons being used here.
Okay, you can. Urchin Underpass.
Maybe not. It looks like they only have old weapons being shown off in this trailer. Yeah, and then just the update providing better frame rate and better graphics on Nintendo Switch 2. I don't think there's anything else in this trailer. I mean, this is just a brief breakdown. I don't want to make this too long of a video. But yeah, really excited. I think this will definitely get a lot of people who haven't played Splatoon in a hot minute back into Splatoon. Especially myself. I definitely will be. As soon as this update drops, I will be playing Splatoon 3. So that'll be Thursday. So stay tuned. If you catch my live streams on twitch.tv/just_bag_, I'll be streaming Thursday some Splatoon 3, trying out the new 10.0 update. But throughout the week, I'll just be playing some Mario Kart World, getting that stuff done, because why not? I'm having a lot of fun with that game so far on my Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, just got a lot of great content coming your way here soon, folks. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.